Jeff, PlayStation 5. We had an entire event for it last week. We talked our way through the event, and you know we did a good job because we got called Xbox shills despite the fact that we shit on PlayStation pretty much for an hour and a half straight after shitting on Xbox for an hour and a half straight.
Did we shit on them? I don't remember shitting on them.
We didn't really shit on... Actually, no, reverse that. We were actually pretty positive about PlayStation 5, and we kind of shit on Xbox because of the third-party review was so
Xbox
bad.
deserved to get shitted on.
Yeah, that was bad.
I mean, that shit was just bad, dude.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Bad. It was a bad first impression.
It was
the
terrible.
Sony stuff, like I'm a Sony, I wouldn't say fanboy, but I prefer Sony way over Xbox.
That's what I said in the comments to them. I was like,
One still brand new, sealed in the box. My PS4 gets used, weekly. So, I don't give a fuck about Xbox. And to be honest with you, I probably will not buy the new Xbox.
Well, there won't be much of a reason for you anyway, because you're going to be able to get most of the exclusives on PC in the first place.
Anyway, exactly. So, definitely wasn't purposely trying to shit on PlayStation, but if there's stuff I don't really think is great, I'm going to just tell you my honest opinion on it. I don't really care.
That's just, we all I'm saying is we did a good job. Because we were called shills. That's the number one target you need to aim for, is to make sure people think you're shilling for another console at all times. So PlayStation 5 rumors for the price began circulating after that event, of course, because they didn't announce one. And so people continue to speculate about that. And that got kind of stirred up some more when a couple of websites released briefly before taking down pages that had price points on them. The first one that I saw was from Play Asia, which is a prominent website, and they had it up for $6.99 USD, which is expensive as fuck. And but at the same time, it kind of goes in line with what we saw from Sony that I tweeted about this earlier this week, where Sony came out and said that they want to focus less on price and more on value, which is marketing speak for shit's going to be expensive.
Yes.
So I had just the day before they had said that, I had just put up my price predictions on Twitter for the consoles, where I said, I believe it was the stock PS5, so the one with like the disc drive or whatever. I said $449 to $499 US, and the digital version was going to be $349 to $399. That was my price ranges for those two. And then the Xbox Series X, I said, was going to be $549 to $599, because I still think the Xbox Series X will be $50 to $100 more than the PlayStation. But then my dark horse was the Series S that I keep saying is coming. I just don't know if it's going to be on launch day or not. Will probably sell for the same price as Sony's stock PlayStation 5. So $449 to $499. I think it's going to be $50 to $100 cheaper than the Series X. And then I think Sony's is going to be $100 less than the Series X. But when they said that, I was like, fuck.
There's no way the Xbox is going to be $700.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think PlayStation is going to come at $699 either. I think that was just. I don't think that price, and nobody knows. I don't think anyone actually knows, because at the same time, what we got later on in the week was Amazon France briefly having up price and date. And Amazon France is. We talked about this on the podcast in the past as well. Always seems to be the Amazon page that fucks everything up and releases information when they're not supposed to. They had the standard at $499. This was taken down. Standard at $499 and the digital at $399, which sounds not wrong.
Hey, didn't I say I think it's gonna be $100 difference? Could be
because the drive is expensive, right? It's a 4K Blu-ray player, right? So $49 to $50 to $100 makes sense.
Yeah.
And so there you go. We'll see. I don't think it's the truth might be somewhere in between. This shit could come in at $599.
I think the $499.
The $499 is definitely closer.
And the $399 for digital.
Yeah.
Or $459 for the digital.
Yeah.
Is going to be the price point. At $700, that's a tough pill to swallow. I mean, that is I don't give a fuck how
it's hard to get around the stigma of it being
great.
a console and selling for that much money, even if it is worth the money.
I understand from a technological standpoint.
Yeah,
it's worth the $700 from, you know, what it can do and what it's going to do for years to come. But just it being a console at that price is fucking insane. It's almost so insane that the PlayStation 5, in order to be $700, they got to really, like, in their marketing and the stuff that they say, they pretty much got to call this thing a PC or a hybrid. They can't even call it a console at that point. They can call it a console, but they need to say this is a console that has been that is as powerful as a PC. They need it as a high-end PC. Like, they would really need to focus and drive that in, like, to the point where you're almost convincing people that, you know what, I am buying a console, but it's pretty much like buying a PC. So, you know, $700 for a good PC, it's not really a bad deal. They would almost need to do that. That's insane. $700. I mean, even me, that's like 950 Canadian. We're that's not even with a game. We're at $1,000 here for a console. What?
Yeah, it's a bit steep.
Yikes. A bit.
It's a bit steep.
I don't like. I think a lot.
I think when they first announced the Xbox Series X stuff, I thought that it would come in at $699 Canadian. I still think it's going to be $699 Canadian. I think it's so. Yeah, and like you said, it is a tough sell, and it is, you know, there is an expectation of like a price of like a price band, I guess if you want to call it, for consoles, right? When they first launch, people want the consoles to, no matter what, always come out at $399 fucking dollars. Doesn't matter how advanced they are, doesn't matter how crazy the shit is, they expect that console to come out at $399. That shit could have $4,000 worth of PC parts in it. They still want it to come out at $399 because it's a console, and they expect the consoles to come out at around that price. So that's a major hurdle for them at a hardware level, to be able to somehow generate enough performance per dollar to keep the price within reason, but also be a substantial leap from the generation before it, and give it enough legs to last for years after, from like a tech standpoint. So, and then you take into consideration how expensive and how much harder it is to get parts right now. Supply chains are fucked. Everything is all over the place. And people are still going to sit there and be like, $399 or fuck yourself. And it's just not, I don't think it's going to happen. If they somehow pull off even the digital edition for $399, that is some of the craziest shit I will have ever seen. I will be super impressed if they can pull that off. And I think it's probably not going to be that. But if they do it, my God, the loss they must be taking on that shit.
It's huge.
Would be huge.
But when you think about it, and if it's got a shelf life for the next 7 to 10 years, you know, you can take a loss up front.
You have to, but the attach rate has to be for first-party games and services, and so they're gambling on that.
People are going to buy their controllers, they're going to buy all this fucking shit. Who knows? We'll see. But at $699, bro, if they come in, here's the problem. They can't come in at $699 US, because there's no way in fuck the Xbox is coming in at $699. My guess is the Xbox will be at the $499 mark, or a little bit cheaper. Could be $399 for the lesser, or $499 at most. I mean, I can't see it being more than $500. If it's $500 and the PlayStation is $700, oh my!
Well, no, the PlayStation is without question not going to be the more expensive console. If it is, I would be mind fucked.
Yeah, there's no way.
I still think that because the Xbox, they've already said that they're positioning the Series X as being the highest end of this series. That's why they're calling them series, and why I keep saying S is without question going to be coming at some point. Whether it's at launch or not, I don't know, but you're going to see it, and it's going to cost about $100, I suspect, less than the main console.
Yep.
I still think the Series X is also positioning itself against Sony's PS5 as being a premium console because I think they know that they can't come in at the traditional $399 price point with the hardware that's in these consoles. They just can't fucking do it. The 4K Blu-ray player already makes it difficult to come in at the $399 price point. So I think the Series X is still coming in at $599 US. I don't think that's unreasonable for what's in it. And I don't think, if I'm going to be real with you, I don't think it's going to stop them from selling out for the first couple of months that shit's on the shelf. People are going to be stuck inside. They're not going anywhere in the wintertime. And they're going to be having, they're going to still have money coming in, monthly checks for being at home and probably unemployed. And do not underestimate the ability of people to spend the vast majority of their fucking income on some shit that they don't need, and they will convince themselves that a $600 console is 100% a viable buy. Just like every year you get welfare checks, motherfuckers walking around with a brand new iPhone. It's the same fucking concept. All you have to do is get it into their mind that is a premium product, and that is all you have to fucking do. And you can already see that with Sony positioning themselves as focusing on value over price, that what seems to be the two marketing strategies between Microsoft and Sony on these consoles coming is already different before we've even heard the price. So we'll have to wait and see how it all unfolds. But I don't think I'm positive Sony's not coming in $699 US.
No.
Xbox isn't even coming in $699 US.
No.
$599 is the hard ceiling, in my opinion.
That's the top,
of these new consoles. Anything north of that, and I think you will run into some problems for sure. I couldn't even imagine it. So we'll have to wait and see. Both of those, like I said, PlayAsia and Amazon France, they were up, they got taken down, and both of them are so far apart. I still think the $399, $499 is closer. I will be super impressed if $399 is on any SKU.
Mm-hmm.
That would be fucking wild to me. I mean, you can barely get a fucking PS4 Pro come in at $399. You're going to tell me that a brand new PlayStation 5, before they even get economies of scale up, printing fucking consoles, that they're going to come out $399 in the current climate globally? Fuck, the money that they would be losing would be nuts. $399 euros. Yes, I know, but the euro and US dollar in terms of what they charge is almost always the same. Regardless of the fact that the currencies aren't worth the same, they almost always trend to be exactly the same in each place.